Good morning, everybody. So, I did a little post on Instagram about the problems that I had with this model in prepping it for the stream. Because I like to do base coats and washes off stream so that I can do highlights on stream, just because I think that that is more interesting to watch. So, normally, because I've done a few demonettes in this scheme, so I kind of knew the process that I wanted to take on this sort of rear cloak here. And normally what I would do with the demonettes is mix Liquitex deep turquoise acrylic ink with, normally I use this one, and it was fine. And then I would use that as a wash, sort of darken things up, and also like it actually acts like a wash. You can see it pools where it's supposed to. But last night I decided to use Army Painter instead. This one, Army Painter Green Tone, and I was not super happy because in some places it started to like eat the paint away. I don't know, it's pretty dark, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but like this used to be painted pink because I'm just repainting over what my husband had originally done. So there's like a little bit of pink shining through, and that wasn't there before. Like I did a really nice base coat. It was really nice and opaque. And yeah, there's just like a few places where the undercolor is showing through, and um, like you can actually see like it's taken some of the paint away when you look up close. So I'm gonna just try and work with it because it hasn't really come off, or at least the ink has covered the darker areas well enough that I don't think that I need to worry about it too much. Just seeing like all this pink shining through here. But we're gonna just try and work around it and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like some sort of chemical thing between Army Painter Quick Shade and Liquitex inks. I don't think I'll be mixing those again. Um, so yeah, we're gonna try and fix it today. So I'm gonna need some patience. Hey, Mr. Fish, happy Monday! Totally did not expect that purple of the cloak to go away. You didn't think so? You thought I was gonna keep it? No, no. It's going away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing highlights. So first I'm going to start mixing Pro Acryl Jade with just some black to do the first layer highlight. And this is also, normally I wouldn't do black, but I kind of like how dark this turned out. So I don't necessarily want to bring it up as as bright as I did on the Demonettes. So I'm going to add some black to the Jade first, and then also like if it comes down to the fact that like I just really can't fix it, then I just won't wash it. I'll just do a base coat again of these, and then I'll build up my highlights from there. Um, but we're gonna try this first and as a layer highlight and see how it goes. I'm excited to see what's coming. Yeah, I had like played around with the idea of like doing metallic and doing like leopard spots and stuff. I just think that I'm going to be here forever if I do leopard spots. What I did do, I'm not sure if you can see on this totally awesome camera or not, but I added a bit of metallic medium edge highlight onto just these brightest parts of like the bodice. I think you can kind of see the shine when I turn it. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I might do a little bit of that on the back cloak too once it's all done. Hey, Brack, how's it going? Good morning. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing quite a bit of this color because that's actually quite a big spot that we're going to be working on. I haven't used jade in a really long time, so we'll give it a good shake. And yeah, I just don't want to be here forever. And I did finish that light green. I wanted to keep it kind of darker at the bottom because I want like the interest to be up here. I don't really want people to be looking too much down here. So, plus I mean your eye's going to be drawn down anyway because there's going to be gold on the hooves and this little thingy here, so I don't think everything needs to be a focal point. I mean, Slanesh would say everything needs to be a focal point, but we're rebellious. Thanks, Brack. How are you doing? So this color is really pretty. I don't know if it's... I tried also to play with the white balance to make it look a little bit more like the real thing, so... because this camera is just like the bane of my streaming existence. So I'm going to put like quite a bit of this into the palette. And that's just because we're going to be mixing a lot of highlights with it. So let's go. Also, I might end up glazing a bit here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of black at a time until I get it to a sort of color that I like. Let's see here. Should actually look at it as I do this. Ask after I finished me coffee. I feel that. I feel so blessed to have the Warmistress make me coffee in the morning. He knows it's the easiest way to get me out of bed. Or tell me that the puppy has to go poop. That works pretty good too. Oh yes, yes. This morning it was my dog. Mine has to go out. Okay. I think this is looking pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to... Oh, I hope that this works. I don't want to have to like rebase coat the whole thing on camera just because it's so hard to like get in all the like nooks and crannies around the thing that I've already painted. I don't want to do that on camera, but we'll see. Might have to. So let's see what color this looks like. Doesn't look too bad actually. I also put on some like nice relaxing ambient music because I was like, oh man, am I gonna get like rage frustrated on stream with this? Some relaxing jams on. Moving house soonish, so I packed up all my orcs and hobby stuff yesterday. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I would feel good because I like new beginnings and I like fresh starts and stuff, but I would also feel bad because there's something really comforting about like having all your toys out on display. I have all my orcs like right here so I can see them. Got my like goblins right here. I really find it motivating to have the stuff that I've painted out on display in front of me. Like it's a motivator to keep going. And I've actually like done a pledge for December of all the things that I want to get done, which I mean, it's a lot for me because I tend to paint real slow, as y'all can see. on these streams. So I want to paint Kurdos Valentian, which I've made pretty good starting progress on. So I want to finish this one. I want to do 10 Blade Geists. I want to do 2 Mournfang Riders. And I want to do a Fire Belly. That's it. That's all that I've pledged. Because I'm also like starting to get ready for LVO and all that, so I know I'm not gonna have like a ton of time to do stuff. So I figured that would still be a challenge, yet doable. Like it's achievable, but I have to work for it. And it's kind of cool because we have like a pretty nice tight knit kind of Age of Sigmar community. So when I sort of made the challenge for myself, other people kind of jumped on too. So I was like, oh, this is cool. Something we can do together. Neat. People are already starting to get their stuff done, which is motivating. What the heck are you laughing at over there?
Just thinking, not me.
No.
Not the challenge.
No, the Warmistress not in the challenge, but when he starts painting, he's like a machine and he'll like do an army in 2 weeks, so he doesn't need to challenge himself to finish stuff. No more hobby for me until February. Oh, that's a really long time, Brack. You didn't keep like just like a small bucket of stuff out, like a couple models and a few paints and stuff? I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it. I would miss painting too much. But I've also like when we first got together, we lived in like basically a closet. It was like maybe 400 square feet, and like so we worked in very small space. We didn't have like we worked off of wooden chairs for desks. So we would find a way to make hobby work. Oh, there is a lot of pink showing through. Lots more than I had originally seen. Okay, well. It's a challenge that I'm up to. I'm up to fixing this, so. Let's go. So I'm kind of shaky today. Not sure why. Does anybody else who's like been painting for a while, do you ever get shaky days and you just sort of like learn to paint with the shakes? Like you just kind of lean into it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because I feel like that's what I do. Like I just sort of accept, oh well, I'm gonna make some mistakes, but you kind of like, ooh, well, it's almost like the shakes have like a pattern, and you could be like, okay, I can work around this. I can work around this. I wanted to, but with Christmas coming up and the move west, I won't have any time. Aw. Well, I hope that February comes around quickly for you. Unless you don't want it to and you're a big Christmas person and you wish Christmas lasts forever. You crazy people. Crazy people. I'm like trying to get excited. Every year I'm like, okay, this is the year I'm gonna get like excited about Christmas. No. I might put the tree up today. We have like a little, of course it's black. We have a black Christmas tree, which is sick. So maybe I'll put the tree up today. My Christmas traditions are like baking. I do Christmas baking. And that's pretty much it. I'm hopeful that this is all gonna work out. Oh, okay. It might have a bit of texture because like where it peeled, like it literally peeled this paint. It's so weird. So it might have like a little bit of texture on it, but I think the magic clear coat will make that less noticeable. And the other kind of hard thing to work with the Liquitex ink is that it gets really shiny. So I might have to remove that light and turn this light off. It's a little difficult to see with all the sheen. So I'm actually really excited. So two books I've been trying to get for a little while on Amazon, and for some reason they've been out of stock for a really long time, like at least a year. And I got really excited because both of them came back for sale on Amazon. So I've got a couple new books coming in the mail. So um, I got Art of War by Sun Tzu. I'm super excited to read that one. And then I also got The Prince by Machiavelli. And I don't know why I'm like really interested in like dark triad psychology and stuff. So like I thought that I'd pick up The Prince and sort of explore some of the weird Machiavellian traits straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And um, yeah, so I'm really excited. Those should be in this week. I'm gonna read them probably pretty quickly. I feel like this could be working. I'm trying to like balance me being able to see and y'all being able to see. So, and I know this is taking forever, but I really want to take my time to like minimize the texture that's going to be on this thing. So, because there's texture here, there's texture all along here. It almost looks like crackle paint in here, which is a cool effect, but not what I was going for. I don't know if you can see the pink underneath, but you can see it kind of better looking up. Just a little light reading there for the holiday. Yeah, they're not huge. Like, they're not huge books. It's not like I'm reading, like, War and Peace or anything. I didn't know things were that political at your work. Things are not political at my work. Thank goodness. I also find it really funny. I was talking to a friend about this, and I don't know if it's because of just like there's a difference in culture, but like I find it weird that people want to talk about like their political leanings. Like I find it weird that people like pick their like political sports team. And I don't know if it's just because in Canada like we have more than two choices and people can flip-flop and stuff. I don't know. It's just weird. Because I don't feel like I ever really want to tell people. Like, I'm interested in politics, for sure. Um, like, one of the main parties in Canada is, like, trying to figure out their leadership for the next election and stuff. I find that really interesting. Um, but I don't feel the need to, like, share who I'm voting for. So when I see Americans talking about politics, I'm like, this is like the Twilight Zone. Planning a coup? No, definitely not. Why does the chicken coop only have 2 doors? Oh, goodness. Why is that, Mark? Why is that? I feel like patting myself on the back right now for like mixing the perfect color. Uh, if it had 4, it would be a chicken sedan. Oh dear. I can't believe you laughed at that one. You made the Warmistress chuckle, so good job.
Stupid
Uh, well, that's good because my jokes are stupid. I don't really make jokes though. I make like stupid songs. That's my humor. Yeah. I actually kind of feel bad about like saying it out loud. uh, oh, there's dog hair. Got it. Yeah, I feel like the streams have been kind of lacking dad jokes lately. And now that I say that, Mark's gonna go ham. Where's Xanthiades when you need him? He's like the king of bad dad jokes. I mean, great dad jokes. I just call them jokes. Did that green of yours totally cover the pink spot, or is it just my imagination? It did totally cover it. There is like a bit of texture. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see because it's pretty dark. There's a little bit of texture here where it kind of was peely, but I think this is going to work. I think. We'll see. See how it goes. So hard to work around the shine of this as well, but we're trying our best. I get my love of like singing stupid songs from my dad. My dad was like a dude who sung songs in silly voices. So I come by it quite like naturally, just being a dork. So when I do layer highlights, I like to start with the highest sort of area, like the areas that would catch the most light, and then work down until I get to a place that I'm happy with. So that's why I'm starting with these kind of folds first. And then I'll blend them out or glaze to sort of blend them out. But these big folds are a little bit tricky for me. Warmistress karaoke. No, it can't be karaoke because I make up the words on the spot. They are like all original songs, every single one of them. Right, Ryan?
You betcha.
That's right. Also, painting this thing assembled is really difficult because it's got so many arms and things that you have to navigate. I mean, I would do it the exact same way again, but I just want to complain about it. I just want to explain. What? Well, that explains the metal? The metal? What explains the metal? Okay. I'm gonna try not to hold my breath for this. Nope. Hold my breath. More coffee. Coffee. Oh, there's a little bit here that came off too. Dang. I'm gonna do this like little embroidery bits on the corners. I think I'm gonna do them gold. There's also embroidery bits on the inside. I think I'm gonna do those ones black. Okay. So in here, I'm just going to sort of go around the embroidery kind of area, but not, like I want to leave some of that darkness around there, so I'm not going straight up to it. Do this like this. So I've started, like we've started planning Las Vegas Open. I'm super excited to be part of the team. It's been a while since I've done any sort of like um, event planning or like team management or anything like that. So I feel a little bit out of my element because it's been a long time since I've um, been a manager, but at the same time, I'm just really looking forward to the challenge, and it's quite a bit. I shouldn't say we're planning LVO. We're planning the stream for LVO. Is what I'm doing, um, and yeah, it's just been kind of a fun challenge to like get back into the swing of things. Um, I am very good at delegating because at first I was like, oh man, like I don't know anything about what needs to get done. Um, like maybe I'm a little bit in over my head, and then I was like, oh Tanya, but you've been a manager before. You may not know what exactly needs to get done, but you know who knows what needs to get done. So just delegate. So I started doing that, and it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back. It's such an amazing amount of stuff that needs to get done. Like I can't even believe that in years past the stream was basically like run by one person. Like what? This is so much stuff. Like how can you do all that on your own? Like I don't think you can. I don't think you can. But I've like planned events and stuff, so I know how trying to do all of it can literally make you have a nervous breakdown. And that's not good for anybody. Also, like, for some reason, and I actually noticed on Twitter that Voldemort was saying the same thing that, like, recently they've had, like, crazy growth on their channel and for, like, inexplicable reasons. And I've kind of noticed that too. Like I am overperforming in like all of my YouTube marks right now, and I don't know if that just means that maybe um maybe Warhammer content people are looking for different types of content maybe, or if the algorithm changed or what. I'm not sure. Um so it's just been like a crazy week this week. I'm kind of interested to see if things like calm down. Like I have a video and it's weird because like it's a video that I posted like months ago and for some reason it took off and got like 10,000 views or something in a week, and I know like in terms of other YouTube channels that's like not very much, but for me that's a lot. Like I'm just a teeny tiny little channel, and so it's just really odd. Like it's something that I made months ago and now it's just finally, I guess, taking off. It's very strange. Social media and like content creation is a trip. Like I'm always trying to like figure it out. Like why did certain things do better than others? And I've come to the conclusion that it's Not really. Like, I just don't think that you could figure it out. Like, things change so quickly. All you could do is sort of like make content that you really like and hope other people like it too. But yeah, my little YouTube Shorts videos where I explain rules and stuff. It's been a trip for sure. However, with the increase in like new viewers and stuff, there also comes like an increase in like weird comments and like yeah, there's always people who want to like nitpick you and be like, "Well, actually, you made a micro mistake on your positioning." It's just really funny to me. There's also like people who want to share their life stories in the comments and like will write you novels, and I'm always like not sure how to respond to those ones. Like, yeah, it's bizarre to me because I want to be nice, but at the same time, like, this is too much information. Okay, I think like we're it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I'm still not entirely sure how to fix all that pink, um, but I might just glaze over because like this is a little bit cracked. You can kind of see it's a little, maybe a little pink. I think I'm gonna try glazing that and see if we can at least cover it up a little bit while leaving it a bit darker. We'll see. That's my philosophy now. I'm just doing what I want to do. I think it's the best philosophy because things change so fast, and like if you're worried about like beating the algorithm and whatever, like I think it's a good recipe for just getting overwhelmed personally. And really, like if you're making stuff that you don't absolutely love, I think people will know. You know, like when I see some content creators making Games Workshop content with like the newest kits that come out because they signed the NDA, and you could just tell they don't want to be doing that. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like kind of heartbreaking. What pink? I hope. Yeah, it's kind of there still, but I think a couple more glaze passes, and I think it should be okay. I think. We'll see. I did work out what the algorithm wanted, and I said, nope, nope, nope. Ah, here we go. Why is there always bots? Let's see here. Report. Okay. Now I gotta come back over here. I should just make Mark a moderator. That's what I should do. We'll leave it for now. Although when you report stuff, it doesn't like remove the message, which... So I gotta remove it or report it? I want to do both. Yeah, oh well. Continuing on. Yeah, exterminatus. Okay. I think I can do that. There. Now you should have phenomenal cosmic power. We still need a little bit more paint up here. So I'm always curious. It's December, and I know it's early December, but I'm always like, I'm into like self betterment and like trying to be a better person and stuff. But like, does anybody else do reporticized it? Thank you, Mark. Do y'all like to do like, I don't like to call them resolutions because I don't know. There just seems to be a connotation like, oh, well, you're just gonna like stop doing it in February or whatever. But I do like to make goals for myself for the year. So like my goal this year for 2022 was to get out and walk more. And I wanted to walk like a few kilometers every day. And with very few exceptions, very, very few missed days, like I think I might have missed 6 days or something. I have gone out and walked at least 7 kilometers every day this year. So that was my goal last year. I think I want to read more books in 2023. I think that's what I want to do. uh, the Warmister is painting stormtroopers, and he's having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. You'd love it. I knew you'd love it, Ryan. Yeah. I feel like if it were me with stormtroopers, I would just spray them white and then use like that weird new Citadel wash on them and then edge highlight them white and then I'd be done. Little black on there, break it up a little bit. Done. You might?
We'll see. 'Cause, 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 '
I can't do resolutions. If I did, I would break the one I did in 2002. Holy. A dream with a due date is a goal. Oh. Oh, I like that. So I like to use these, like, I don't like to call them resolutions, but they are. These resolutions to, like, create new, better habits. So, um, basically, I want to spend less time on my phone at night. So I want to read more. I want to get into the habit of healthier habits. So, I mean, is a book a week too much for me? Probably is. Maybe like a book every 2 weeks. I think that's like still enough of a challenge, but I think it's doable. Because the other thing is that I start to read and then I get maybe like 30 minutes in and then I'm like out like a light. Okay, I think I'm just gonna turn this off here for a second. I think I'm happy with that side, so I'm going to move on to the other side. The other side's going to be a bit more difficult because I have to work around this whip. But we got to do it, so here we go. And I think for the inside, I might actually mix an even darker color because I really, really want that like green to shine. But it can be lighter on the outside. That makes sense to me. I go the opposite way for stormtroopers. Prime black, dry brush witch flesh, and clean up the blacks. I don't know why getting started is always like tough for me. Like, where do I even start here? I mean, it's tough because I've got places already basically finished. So it's like, I don't want to touch anything and then mess it up. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only person in the world who knows very little about Star Wars. Ryan, maybe we should rewatch them. I think we've only watched them twice through together.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen not the new trilogy, but the other.
50 times, so you don't want to watch them again.
No, I'd watch them.
No, you'd watch them again. Okay.
You know me, I like to watch old movies. I like old movies better than new movies.
Okay, let's see if I feel more comfortable painting it this way, because I'm really uncomfortable painting this. Goodness. Uh-oh. Yeah, the menace is coming to make his presence known. It'd probably tell me that he has to poop. Oh, hello. Hello, come here. Hi, how are you doing? This goofball. He had a gummy eye this week and it looked really red and itchy and irritated and gross, and so I thought he had an eye infection. And I took him to the vet, and it turns out he just walked into something and gave himself a black eye. Yes, yes, you did. And then your eyelid was all like distended away from your eyeball and stuff, and it was gross. Yeah, but we got it all figured out, didn't we? Hi, Bubba. Almost done here, okay? Hi. Ryan Johnson also knows very little about Star Wars, so you are, in fact, not alone. I don't know who that is, but it makes me feel better that I'm not all alone. Mel is awake now. I'm going to go and chat with her. Aw, thanks so much for stopping by, Brack. Really nice seeing you. The first 3, 4, 5, and 6 are rewatchable, to be sure. Ignore the rest, though. Is the third one rewatchable? Honestly, I can't even really tell you what happens in that one. Oh, no. I have the high ground, Anakin. That's that one, right? Yeah, okay. I remember that one. It's the second one. No idea what happens in the second one. More of the same. More of I have the high ground, Anakin. Oh, okay.
Third one, you get to see how much of a dweeb Anakin is.
So there's like a number of things that like I find really creepy about Star Wars, and one of them is like all of the weird love interests. Like they're weird. Like an 11-year-old boy. Was he even 11-year-old? He looked younger than 11.
He's like 6.
6, and he's like infatuated with this woman. Like 17-year-old girl. Like, okay. I don't remember even thinking about like anybody in a romantic way when I was that age. Like I was still playing with like Barbies when I was 13. You know? I don't know. It just like weirds me out.
I was shooting stuff with G.I. Joes.
You were literally shooting your G.I. Joes.
Well, not when I was 7.
Not when you're 7. When you're 11.
Actually, I never shot the G.I. Joes.
Oh, it was Army Men. It was Army Men. Yeah. I should just get like a husband camera. And people can see and hear what you're doing. Now you're just like this disembodied voice. It probably can't even hear you.
Maybe not.
You're just like this voice in my head that I have a conversation with. Which, I mean, is not that far from reality, to be honest. Uh-oh.
Maybe I'll just forego Stormtroopers and buy another box of Shore Troopers.
Just do Shore
I like
Troopers.
them better anyway.
Just do Shore Troopers, right? But yeah, like everybody, not everybody, but like a number of people in our local area are playing Star Wars Legion. I'm like, I like to play games with people, but I literally don't know anything about Star Wars. It's not true. I know some stuff, but midichlorians, is that the woo-woo force thing?
Yeah.
That's so silly. Why can't they just say it's magic? It's magic, y'all. And then I'd be like, yeah, magic. First 3 are the canon ones. The prequels and sequel trilogies that came after just avoid. I was really like, what was it? The last 3 movies with Rey. She's just so unlikable. I don't know. Like the entire time I was like, I kind of just want like Kylo Ren just to like force choke her and be like, I am the one, and like just go like full evil. It never happened. I was sad. Just another voice in your head. Exactly, Mark. The books before Disney took over are all pretty decent. Warhammer kind of good. Okay. Yeah, I hear that like the extended universe and the books and stuff is like huge, like expansive. Um, Andor is excellent, surprisingly enough. Tanya should play Wookiees and Yoda. Okay, so like straight up, the only thing about Star Wars that I am familiar with is was it the Battle of Andor? Was that like that TV made for TV movie or whatever with the Ewoks and the little chick? I had like a VHS, a Star Wars VHS that was recorded off of the TV.
I know what you. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but Andor, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like this really adorable, cute blonde girl, and she was like saved by the Ewoks. That's the Star Wars I know. Um, so if I was going to play Star Wars Legion, it would have to have Ewoks in it, just because that's what I know.
Well, they're coming next year.
Next year, I can do just an all Ewok army.
I
Nothing
don't know if you
else.
could do all.
Well, then I'm not interested.
Oh, you would.
Oh,
Units of little fuzzy bears.
can I take C3PO?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I would take C3PO. They should make C3PO in like the chair. Didn't they
Yeah,
like throw him up into a chair and stuff? Like they made him a throne?
they did.
Yeah. So there should be C3PO in a chair.
And then they were gonna eat all the characters, and Skywalker made him look like a god and floated him up with the Force.
Yeah.
Dog said, "Well, maybe we won't eat your friends."
Atomic Mass Games, are you listening? C3PO in a chair. Oh boy. Painting around this whip and this tail. Oof. Oh boy. Here we go. You would be so unbearable with an Ewok army. They're not bears though. They're like lemurs or something. They do share the comic relief angle of orcs, but that's about it. I mean, I do like orcs as well. Gonna reprime them, start over again. Did you prime them today?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. It's like it's cold
Too
today.
cold.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a Wookiee planet, but the marketing team won. What? Marketing team? I mean, I would think that the marketing team almost always wins, but maybe not. Oh, maybe I'll get actually on the screen so you can see. Ewoks make better toys. They do, because they're so cute. It's funny because in our like local group chat for Age of Sigmar, there are a number of people who actually think Ewoks are really creepy. So sometimes we just like to flood the chat with like Ewok gifts so they could just be creeped out at these like cute fuzzy little bear dudes.
Dancing and doing all kinds of crazy crap.
uh, whoops. Big ol' whoops. Fixed it. So I'm really trying with this model to sort of not go overboard on it, because I feel like it would be really easy to just go overboard and be like, I'm going to spend 6 months on this model. I'm trying really hard to not do that so that Ryan can actually play with it at some point in 2023. Woo! Just made it. Hey Rob, how's it going? Yes, you have made it. I'm gonna try my best to like get this portion, like this layer of this portion of the cape done. Um, but it depends on how badly the boy is gonna need to go for a walk. That's always the deciding factor, right? But yes, I feel like I got to a point where you can't tell that the paint was peeling off. So that's good. Surviving a new system launch. Oh, jeez. That's always that's a fun time. Oh man, when I worked at the pawn shop. So first off, we were the only pawn shop that had like computerized system. Everybody else just did like handwritten tickets, and I'm like, gosh, okay. But our system that we had was from the 80s, and so we finally upgraded, and it took forever for us to like figure it all out. We don't have like a tech person on site 'cause it's just a really small company. So it kind of came down to like we all sort of figured out different areas of the like different functionalities of the system, and then like became experts in that to teach everybody else how to do it. Such a mess. So I think I'm gonna try and glaze these sort of deeper recesses because there is like a little bit of the pink still showing through up there. So we're gonna do that. I'm totally holding my breath. This is no bueno. No bueno. I'm kind of digging these like lullaby tunes. It's keeping me chill. It's keeping me relaxed. Fun fact, when I worked at the dog kennel, we used to have nap time for the dogs, and we would play Bob Seger, like no lie. They'd be out like a light.
No wonder it put.
What, you got no love for Bob Seger, Ryan?
Working on it.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I hear the monster again. Is it time, buddy? Is it time? Well, I did pretty good. All I really have to do is do a little bit in here and then glaze the whole thing to sort of make a transition between these darker areas, smooth everything out a little bit. So I think next week on stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next highlights on there, just because I think that'll be more interesting to watch. Um, yeah, I think it'll be more interesting to watch. So we're going to continue on with the cape next week. What else do I have this week? Oh, we have a pretty exciting guest coming on to just put paint on it this week. And I actually double checked with him yesterday to make sure that he's still making it, because we've been having a little bit of um like issues with people sort of forgetting that they signed up to do this. But so he is coming on. So we have a man named Jack, and he has a channel. He does more than just Warhammer stuff, but he does Warhammer stuff. So he has a YouTube channel called The Chill Zone, and he's just really funny and interesting. And he also likes to make funny voices and stuff. So I think that it's gonna be really fun. And he's somebody that we've not really had on the channel before, so I'm really excited to sort of sit down and learn more about him. So that's on Friday. I'm gonna start going over terrain rules for the Warhammer 40k Explained series. So we're gonna start diving into that this week on Wednesday. And as always, there is Forge the Narrative that comes out on Saturdays. So that's what I'm doing this week. This guy is being a little bit forceful, so I'm gonna have to take the dog for a walk. But I'm super excited because we saved the mess that had happened on that cloak there. So I'll get it all cleaned up on the front and the back, and then we'll start working on more highlights next week. If anybody has any questions, best way to get in touch with me is on the Patreon Discord. I do answer questions on like YouTube and Instagram and stuff, but it's not in a very timely manner, I will admit. And that's all I got for you today, everybody. So until next time, be nice and roll dice. Bye, everybody.